Picture this. Starting in June, you walk out every single week with a pair of garden shears. 15 minutes later, you're walking back in with armloads of colorful snapdragons and sweet peas, tall purple larkspur, bright blue bachelor buttons, and some white baby's breath. That's what happens when you winter sow annual cut flower seeds. Right now in winter, you can sow dozens of annual cut flower plants in old milk jugs for very little money.
Annual cut flowers bloom prolifically in a single season. The more you cut them, the more they produce. Many are hardy annuals that handle cold weather and prefer cool conditions, perfect for winter sowing. They'll germinate in spring and start blooming weeks earlier than direct-sown flowers. Here's the economy. A grocery store bouquet costs $15 to $20 and lasts a week. That's $300 to $400 over a growing season. Winter sowing costs about $25 in seeds and soil for hundreds of plants that give you weekly bouquets for months. These are the big 5 annuals to plant. Snapdragons. They have tall spikes in every color. Each stem produces multiple flowering spikes. The more you cut, the more side shoots they produce. Many varieties are fragrant. Get tall varieties, 24 to 36 inches, for cutting. Plant early for best performance in cool weather. Larkspur. Annual delphiniums in blue, pink, purple, white, and salmon. They hate being transplanted when started indoors with heat, but winter-sown larkspur transplants beautifully. This is an old-fashioned cottage garden classic. Stock or Matiola. Intensely fragrant spikes in pink, purple, white, yellow, and red. They prefer cool weather, so winter-sown stock grows strong before summer heat. Bachelor's buttons or cornflowers. They're easy, prolific, and charming. Traditional colors are blue, white, pink, and burgundy. They self-sow readily. They're carefree plants, excellent for cottage-style arrangements. Bells of Ireland. They have tall green bell-shaped calyxes that are not true flowers, which is why they last so long. They add unique texture and architectural interest to arrangements. Here are some more excellent additions. Sweet peas. They're incredibly fragrant and perfect for spring cutting. They really need cool temperatures to thrive, and this is why we want to winter sow early for their best performance. Cosmos. They have a delicate appearance but are tough plants. Both single and double varieties are excellent cutters with long, strong stems. Cosmos bloom continuously, attract beneficial insects, and reseed readily. Calendula or pot marigold. Calendula have a long blooming season, edible petals, and keep producing if deadheaded regularly. They prefer cooler weather and handle light frost. Sweet William or Dianthus. This is a biennial. They have fragrant clusters and often bloom the first year. Amimagus or bishop's flower. This is not bishop's weed, also called goutweed, which is invasive. Bishop's flower also has white lacy flowers and is a beautiful filler. Love in a Mist or Nigella. These have unique puffy flowers and later interesting seed pods. Some popular cut flowers need warm soil and should not be winter sown. Start these indoors in spring or direct sow after last frost. Zinnias, sunflowers, and celosia are in this group. Traditional cottage gardens integrated cut flowers throughout, not in separate beds. Plant tall larkspur and snapdragons in back borders, stock among perennials, bachelor buttons along pathways, calendula edging vegetable beds. Let some self-sow for that natural cottage aesthetic. From a permaculture perspective, these plants stack functions: beauty in the landscape, cut flowers for your home, nectar for pollinators, edible flowers like calendula and bachelor's buttons, medicinal plants, calendula, and seeds to save. You're creating continuous yield across the entire season while supporting biodiversity. Here are the materials needed: clean gallon milk jugs, scissors or box cutter, potting soil, seeds, duct tape, permanent markers, and tools for poking holes. Here are the steps. Prepare your jugs. Remove labels, rinse clean, and remove caps. We will leave them off. Next, create drainage. Poke 4 to 5 holes in the bottom. I use a drill because I do find this is easier with a milk jug. Then cut the jug. Cut horizontally 3 to 4 inches from the bottom, leaving a 3 to 4 inch hinge near the handle. Now add soil. Fill with 3 to 4 inches of pre-moistened potting mix. Damp, not soggy. Sow your seeds at the depth the seed packet advises. Smaller seeds, of course, don't go in quite as deep as the larger ones. For labeling, use a permanent marker to write on the jug. Be specific, such as Snapdragon Rocket Mix 12826. Water the seeds in gently. I use the shower water stream on my kitchen faucet for this. To seal, tape shut with duct tape around the seam. Don't overdo this because you'll want to be able to get into the jug every week to check the moisture level. Place outside in a sunny spot protected from harsh wind. Here is the timing for planting in the upper Midwest. Late January through February, larkspur, bachelor buttons, sweet William, sweet peas. February to early March, stock, snapdragons, bells of Ireland, calendula, cosmos. Late February to March, magus, and nigella. Let's talk winter sowing by zone. Zones 3 to 5, February through March. Zone 6 to 7, late January through March. Zone 8, late January through early March. For winter care, check every week or two. Snow and rain may provide moisture through the open top. This year, I've noticed it needs watering because of the dry winter weather in Zone 4. Unless you see dry soil through the top, don't open the jugs. Let nature work. Now about spring germination. In March and April, start checking really frequently. Germination times vary, and you'll want to check moisture often now anyway. Once your seedlings emerge, remove the tape. Prop the top open on warm days for ventilation, and monitor container moisture. Some say to water through the open top, but I open and use my faucet shower head feature to water gently. If leggy, your seedlings need more light and you should move to full sun. Once the first true leaves appear, you will need to thin or transplant if crowded. Snapdragons, bachelor's buttons, and cosmos can be 2 to 3 inches apart. Larkspur, stock, sweet peas, and bells of Ireland need to be 3 to 4 inches apart. They are ready for transplanting when they have 2 to 3 sets of true leaves, usually 4 to 6 weeks after germination. Hardy annuals can be transplanted 2 weeks before last frost. Non-hardy annuals like snapdragons and cosmos should be transplanted after your last frost. No hardening off is needed. They've been outside all along. Here is how to transplant. Water the plants in the jug thoroughly first. Then lift sections gently with a spoon, keeping soil on the roots the best you can. Tease roots apart gently and plant at the same depth as they were in the jug. Space them apart like this. Snapdragons 8 to 12 inches, larkspur 8 to 10 inches, stock 8 to 10 inches, bachelor's buttons 6 to 8 inches, calendula 8 to 10 inches, bells of Ireland 12 inches, sweet peas 6 to 8 inches, cosmos 12 to 15 inches. Water them in well. For continuous bloom, try succession planting. Start batches every 2 to 3 weeks, late January, mid-February, early March. This staggers bloom times. Direct sow another round of bachelor's buttons, calendula, and cosmos in the garden after transplanting winter-sown plants. Here is the best cutting technique. Cut early morning when stems are most hydrated. Cut just above the leaf node or side shoot. Cut in bud or just opening, not when the bloom is fully open. The more you cut, the more they produce. This is called the cut and come again method. Now about deadheading. Remove spent flowers regularly to keep plants blooming rather than setting seed. The exception to this is at the end of the season. Let bachelor's buttons, calendula, cosmos, and larkspur go to seed for self-sowing. Here is a simple formula for bouquet arranging. 3 to 5 stems of your focal flower, 5 to 7 stems filler flowers, and 3 to 5 stems airy textural flowers. Vary heights and don't overcrowd. Change the water every 2 to 3 days, recutting the stems at that time for longest vase life.
Don't forget to watch my other winter sowing videos, winter sowing herbs and winter sowing perennials, so that you can add these also to your pollinator permaculture landscape. Until next time, order some cut flower seeds, save some milk jugs, and let's get growing.